George, what's going on where you are right now?
Well, Megan, this is one of the more grueling events you will see at the Arctic Winter Games. It is called the knuckle hop, and it is exactly what it sounds. Pumping your knuckles off a gym floor, trying to go as far as you can. And all eyes tonight are on Chris Stipdonk. He currently holds the world record, which he set during the trials for the 2020 Arctic Winter Games. Of course, it wasn't the official games, so tonight he's going for the Arctic Winter Games record. That was set in 1988 by Rodney Worrell. There's another Worrell here tonight trying to keep that record in the family. That is Kyle Worrell of Alaska. So it's a very exciting event, not for the faint of heart. I was talking with one of the officials. He said it's a test of pain threshold and endurance. Imagine just pushing your knuckles off the floor. The officials walking beside you, they're looking for this. If your thumb pops out, you're done. Push-ups, push-ups. I talked to Chris. I said, how do you train for something like this? He does 1,000 push-ups a day to give you a sense of the strength we're talking about.
Look at him go, George.
Yes, this activity, it originated, it's to mimic a seal sliding on the ice. Of course, a seal gets to slide on its belly. It doesn't get to push off a hard gym floor. Your knuckles and toes just pushing up and down. This is quite incredible how far this young athlete's going.
Wow. Just incredible.
I asked one of the competitors, what's your body feeling when you're doing this? He said, you feel it in your toes, you feel it in your knuckles, you feel it in your shoulders, your core, your shins, your knees. You feel it everywhere, and that's why when you're done, you just collapse to the floor. It's going to be really exciting because, like I said, Chris Stipdonk, he's kind of considered the Wayne Gretzky of the knuckle hop. His record, 210 feet. That's a world record. The Arctic Winter Games record, set in 1988 by Rodney Worrell of Alaska, 191 feet. That's essentially a lap and a half of this gym floor. I mean, if some of these competitors are going 10 feet, and that's remarkable. What we just saw there, remarkable. But Chris Stipdonk, who has yet to compete, that's why there's so many people in the stands here, all the spectators that have come, because they want to see an Arctic Winter Games record set here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed, George. That's the CBC's George Maratos reporting live from the Arctic Winter Games.
Well, I can tell you, no record has been set yet. We did have one of the people to watch, Kyle Worrell. He did go and he went a long ways, but the record is still his father's for now. But all eyes are on the court as Chris Stipdonk, the current world record holder, goes after the Arctic Winter Games record. Can he do it? We're about to find out. Grueling indeed. It's hard to know if the record was set. Of course, when we find out, we'll make sure to let everyone know. But what a show of strength right there by Chris Stipdonk. He kind of makes it look easy. It's certainly not. He's going after the Arctic Winter Games world record. He holds the Arctic Winter Games record. He holds the world record. A lot of records. He's trying to hold the Arctic Winter Games one. We'll find out shortly if he was able to. What a night. It's just part of the action here at the Arctic Winter Games. Dene drumming to the left of me, knuckle hopping right in front of me. No shortage of excitement, that's for sure, Megan.
Thank you so much, George. There was a really incredible moment to witness, and he was just so straight the whole time. I hear some cheering. Is there something going on, or do you know how long we'll have to wait before we find out how far he went?
We'll find out shortly. I'm going to try to get that number. I think people are cheering just because they understand just what a test of strength this is. I mean, to go 10 feet, let alone close to 200 feet plus, like Chris just did there. We'll try to find out what his official number was and see if we can find out if the record's been set.
That's awesome. George checking in there. I don't know how much time left we have on the show, but if we can drag it out for another minute or two, that would be awesome, just so that we can kind of see him reacting there to such an amazing kind of run. George, tell me what it was like.
There, that's his wife embracing him there.
Tell me what it was like in the room when you were watching that. I mean, we watched it with you, but describe the feelings.
Well, the stands are packed, and there's so many events going on right now. I mean, ice hockey is one of the marquee events, but no, everyone is here because they understand just what this means to the games, what kind of a test this is, and anytime there's a chance that a world record is going to be set, the world record that Chris already holds, but an Arctic Winter Games record, and then just, you saw it, just the pain, the strength test. That's why there's so much excitement here. I mean, you've got teams from all over the circumpolar region, fans from Fort McMurray, volunteers. Maybe their volunteer duties have been put on hold to take in this very unique event.
I have some breaking news on.
George having a quick conversation on the sidelines there. We're just waiting, hoping for that number.
I've just been told.
Go ahead,
Megan,
George.
I've just been told 188 feet, 3 feet short of the Arctic Winter Games record. So he didn't set the Arctic Winter Games record. He still holds the world record, but Rodney Worrell, his record set in 1988, still stands here at the Arctic Winter Games.
Wow, okay. George, thank you so much for all of your live reporting on this, and thanks for getting that number in. It's 188 feet, yeah? That's what I heard?
188 feet unofficially, but maybe there's still some knuckle hopping to go, I believe, or that may be all. We'll have to see. Maybe next year in Fairbanks, the Arctic Winter Games record will be set. I am not going to go try it out. I'll let the experts do it. We still have competitors, so there could be a record. You never know. Every competitor has a chance to set a world record, but Chris Stipdonk, maybe not the Arctic Winter Games record today, but more incentive to come back next year and go after it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, George. You know what? We're going to stay with you. Take a quick look at the knuckle hop as we say goodbye for Northbeat tonight. Thank you, George. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Megan.